Hey guys, Kev here, and I have an unboxing to do for you. This package comes from Hong Kong, I believe. This is from Get Good Skrew. I'm going to unbox it with what I was carrying today, which is one of my Devo knives stouts. This, I believe, is a new driver. So they were gracious enough to offer to send me a driver. I think this is the one with the stand, and this is the medium size. I'm pretty sure they made a new size that's sort of in the middle. And it's actually the perfect size, I think, because that's what I wanted. I wanted one that was sort of in the middle. Sorry, I'm just trying to get stuff out of here. Got a sticker that was peeling a little bit. Let's see what else we got. We got other stuff. Oh, we got an extra bearing. I was actually about to ask them about that because I have a different one, and I was wondering what kind of bearings go in them. There's a few things in here, so we're gonna find out. Okay, we are empty. Nice little bubble wrap. Let me grab my current one. So I actually have this guy right here. This is the Get Good Skrew Little Beach driver. And I actually took this apart finally yesterday to see if I could get into the bearing. And I figured out how you do it. You just take this off. Before that, I was afraid to take this off because I heard they were loose bearings. But they're not. This unscrews and then the cap comes off, and that's your bearing right there, actually, that's being held in by this flathead. So it's actually super simple. And I was wondering why my cap here was kind of popping up. It was popping up kind of far, and it's because that wasn't tight, and that was it. So it's actually really simple. You just do this, put the screw on, screw it down, and then you can hear there's something in the bearing. It was super quiet originally. It's still really good, so I like the sound, honestly. But it's not as, it doesn't spin as long as it used to, but it still spins forever. So, still love it. These are some extra bits. I think they get bits from a brand on like Amazon or something. Yeah, Bropey. I doubt they're very good, but who knows? So they're just extra bits. I'll probably just toss these into the giveaway bin. Why not? We got some stickers. I love their whole thing. I love their whole deal. They just have cool stuff. We have this. Looks like something. It could just be it could just be packing stuff. We'll see in a second. It looks like something's in there, though. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's like Timascus. What is this? It's like a bead. Look at that. We have a little, this is Mokutai, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I say that because on my stout, you can see Mokutai looks very similar. It could be Zirconium. We'll find out. Looks like Mokutai, though, because it has the brass and stuff in it. Because Mokutai is like Mokume with titanium and stuff. Really cool bead. I know someone who will be jealous, Preston, so cool. And then this is an extra, I like this little thing. It's an extra bearing, which is perfect. So, Get Good Skrew, killing it as usual. I love their stuff. Here we go. I think it's a flap, right? Or is it a, how does it work? Yeah, it was a flap. Idiot. So you have, of course, your certificate of legitness. If you guys haven't seen my original unboxing, you should watch it because I read through all this. And it's hilarious. I love it. This is the Get Good Skrew Skrew. It's called the Skrewpreme set. in Thai Damascus. So I think that would be considered Timascus, not Zircutai, not Mokutai. I'm an idiot. So it's Timascus. Date August 22nd or August 31st, 2022, and there's a number. Cool. So I am legit now with that. Look at that. You can't escape that. Look at that. I didn't even see it. Legit AF. I love their shit so much. All right, what I'm excited about is this. It comes with this stand that looks like a revolver. Just super excited about this. And it has this. I don't even know what this is, but okay. It sits in one of those. You can put bits in there, I guess. Oh. Is it because I'm holding it that it's not? Hold on. Oh, okay. Good. It's just because I was holding it. Well, it's a little rough there. Bouncing. Let's see if take this out, what happens. Yeah, okay. It was just because I had in that, this piece, threw it off. Is this? Oh, this is an extra one of these. Right? This comes off, I guess. Look at that. This is cool. Okay, so let's just take it, get everything out of here, and then we'll talk. Oh, this is dope as fuck. Anything else under here? No. Okay, cool. We have reached the apex. This goes, oh my god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, gonna put these stickers. I'll put this one in here. I'm going to take these stickers. I'm going to put them up in my giveaway bin. Take this bearing, put it in. I'll just put it in here, right? What's the point? I don't think I need it yet, so I'll just leave it in there. Oh, no. Yeah, it kind of shuts. I can still slide it in, I bet. Yep. All right, cool. So, here is the driver, baby. And this is a medium size. So this is the short one, which I actually really like the short one. But it can be a little too short sometimes. And then they had a long one, which I also had the long one. And that one felt a little too long, I think. So I know it's stupid, but let's give this a spin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that spins, and this will spin forever. And you guys know I got into the fidget stuff, so this makes perfect sense for me to get into. And then you could put it on here, right? They were smart about it, and they didn't make it to where it's just a 1/4 inch bit. It literally will spin on here. You can spin this, right? And then you can also spin this. So you could spin the whole thing. I should take this out so it's a little more even. Look at that. It's definitely shaking a little bit, but I'm never actually going to sit here and just spin it like a moron. How freaking cool is that? It would be even doper if they figured out a way to make this centerpiece spin. So this spins. It does kind of. That spins, this spins, and that spins would be insane. Look at that. That's so cool. Guys, this is made out of some dope-ass material. It just feels really good. And again, that bearing is under here. Okay, Kev, come on. So there you go. It's down there. And it also spins this piece, which is cool. So you can just spin the bottom. I always find that cool about these. I'm not going to mess with it because it's doing its job very well already. I don't want to mess anything up. I will say I like the design on this one a little bit better than this one. I think they had the kind of logo here and here. But I think, I don't know. I guess technically I could like swap parts and stuff. Like I could take the, I don't know if I could take this piece and put it on that one. Are they the same size? They look like they're the same. So I could kind of mix and match, put Timascus over here and whatever lid. Be kind of cool. Look at these. And this one would fit here too. So I could have this one here. Don't think it would fit here. Although if you put the bit in, you could do that. You could take here's all my drivers. So you take a bit. Oh, that was one thing last time, was the bits weren't fitting perfectly. I think they updated their magnet system. Oh yeah, that's nice. So you could do it that way so it holds two. Right? You could do that. I don't think you'd really want to have... Yeah, you can't really have one on and one off. So you'd have to do it this way. Which works. I mean, it does work. I wonder if I could get a third one in there. Well, you could definitely do this. So you could almost build yourself a little stand for your drivers. Look at that. I got all 4 of my drivers in here, and they're pretty secure too. Ooh, yeah, boy. Look at that. That's crazy. Look, we could spin them too, watch. They're gonna hit each other. Damn it, that would have been cool. But hey, whatever. So that's one way you could do this, right? Most people probably wouldn't. Or you could do it the smart way. What you do is you take that and you put it there, and then you take your bit. So I have T8. Put a T8 there. I actually have... I have fresh bits. So. I don't know what those are down there. Hold on. These may or may not be important. So here we have a T7. Yeah, so these are all the ones that I don't need, that I kind of just tucked away, I guess. I don't like having all these random bits around. So this is T8. Of course, I have a bunch of them right here, I think, too. The T8s. That's a T9. T15. Gotta have a T15 around. Whoops. There's not a magnet. No, I was gonna say, that'd be crazy. So that's T8, T9, T10. Except I wouldn't do it that way. Here's a T10. Is that still good? No, that's beat up. I throw away bits a lot, guys, just to be safe. This is a T9. I don't have many of those. Keep that right there because I don't really need it around a lot. This is a T6. Put that there. You basically want to have 2 of each at least, right? So T8, T8. So 2 T8s right there. I have a lot of T8s out, so don't need those. T10. So take another T10 right here. Boom. What's this one? Oh, that was a T15. Sorry, T15. So, whoops. Okay. Let me start over again. T8, T8, T10, T10. T6 will go here, right? So you get 2 T10s. Then you'd want T15s, of course. Which one's open? That one. And do T15. Whoops. T15. Boom. Like that. I need another T6. I know I have one somewhere. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing's gonna be alright. I know there's a T6 in the one, what's this one? T15. Did I already do 2 of those? I did, right? 8, 8. 8, 8, 10, 10, 15, 15. 6. So I just need one more 6, which I know I have. So just give me a second. About a thing. Every little thing. Oh no, it's the wrong kind. There we go. I got a bunch of these. I bought like 10 of these packs of 10, I think. So I have more than I need, that's for sure. I don't use T6s a lot, but I should say I don't replace them a lot. I do use them quite often. This is probably a good time, actually, to replace the ones I use. So this is a T6. You can see it's a little chipped around the edges. It's good to replace these. Somebody told me that I should make sure my bits are the Weeha ones made in Germany. But, like, when I checked, I get the good ones. But, like, they weren't made in Germany. They were made in somewhere else. Yeah, that one's got a little bit of a nick on it, too. I just try to replace them. You don't want to be stripping that kind of thing out. So these are all fresh, right? I think. I believe so. Is this one? Yeah, they all look good. All right, cool. Oh wait, okay, just put one in here. This is the driver I always use for T6 because it's thin and small. And my theory is I'm not going to be able to apply as much pressure with this driver compared to all my other ones. So like instead of having the T6 and the Stubby where I can get the most pressure or torque, I put it in the one that I have the least amount of torque in. If you guys want to know all my drivers, I'll do a video on that right after this. So we got that. Let's put these away, and we can finish this up. I don't know how many of you guys are still watching this, but hey, what are you gonna do? All right. So here comes the problem. I don't know where to put this. My only concern. I'll clean all this up later. This needs to go somewhere. I'll probably just put it in the box. I'm wondering why they include an extra one of those. Because, like, what's the odds that that's going to go bad? But I guess they made it out of this material. They made it out of brass so that it can't damage your driver, right? Maybe they gave it to you in case you wanted to use it, like, for another driver. But, like this would work on anything I could screw this into, right? It is magnetic, actually. Oh, it's got a magnet in the end. That's so cool. So you could technically, like, drill this into something and use it. You could do this too, right? No, it's not that sturdy, so I don't know what they were going for on that, honestly. But this is so cool. Now here's my only issue is I don't use just one driver usually. Oh, there, it spins a bit better once they're all filled up. I usually use multiple drivers, but that's okay. Here's the problem is I can't keep this with my other drivers. They all sit in here. So I'm going to have to figure out where I can tuck this away at where it's not going to, you know, get knocked over, get jacked up, because I don't really have desk space, so to speak. So I'll probably just slide it like right here. Yeah, that'll be the spot for it. It's kind of out of the way-ish. But I got nowhere else really to put it, so. Got this really cool bead in Timascus as well. I don't know what I'd attach to. It's pretty big, honestly. You know, like here's a knife. You could use that as a lanyard hole, I guess. I mean, look, that's a huge-ass bead. So I'll probably just hang on to it, maybe use it for a giveaway. It does look like a little bit different material than this. No, maybe not. It looks like Mokutai to me, honestly. Like, here's some Mokutai. But I guess it could be the same thing. I don't know. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think down below. A big thank you to the people over at Get Good Skrew. They're good people. They this is now the third driver they've sent me. The first one was a Zirc one, and it had some issues. I helped them with some QC stuff. That got some things squared away. So then they sent me this little beach driver to replace that, basically. I sent that Zirconium one. I paid that forward. I sent that off to the knife modders. I figured if anybody could get it working properly. The bits just didn't fit perfectly here, so they got that figured out. And I'm pretty sure they use it. At least they did. And then Get Good Skrew sent me this to kind of replace that, which is cool. I think they might have sent me a full-size one, too, and I gave that away to somebody on a live or something like that. And I like this size a lot, so I haven't actually tested it yet. Sorry. What is this? Oh, perfect. T8. So drop a T8 in. The magnet's really good. The feel is pretty good. Let's slide this out of the way. And we'll just mess around with this clip screw. Yeah, you get good purchase. I get purchase right here. I don't like being back here because I feel like I'm kind of far away from the screw. I want to be up close, you know, doing the dirty work. I am kind of used to this one, where, well, you're still around the same distance, right? Let's see, I'm like right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. The one that feels the best in my hand is this one from Journey Tool Co. And if you look, without the bits in them, it's slightly taller than the Get Good Skrew Little Beach. So I'm thinking it's going to be... Yeah, it's still quite a bit shorter than the medium one. Is this a medium? I wonder if this is actually a large. It does seem to feel a little smaller than the one I originally had. I'll have to Google it. I don't think the box said anywhere, right? Did it say a size? I think it just said Supreme Set. Supreme Set. Skrewpreme Set. So I gotta Google that and see which size that is. I know when I was talking to the Good Skrew guy, we had specifically talked about this medium size because I thought the large was just a little too big and the small was a little too small. So maybe this is somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I guess this Journey one is kind of a smaller size. I don't know. But it just kind of fits my hand perfectly. I go to screw, and I'm like right here on the end, right? And I get good grip. It's right in the palm of the hand where I can do spinnies. This one, I mean, it's close. It's really close. It feels really good in the hand. You can get a good spin out. That's what you want. You want to be able to do these spin moves without feeling like... I don't want to feel like I'm a mile away from the screw, if that makes sense. I want to be able to get good precision and get into that screw head without feeling like I'm miles away. I feel a little bit far away, but you can climb up here. So you can kind of utilize it both ways. You can back up to here, or you can slide up like this. I know this is like really stupid to some of you, but I take apart knives constantly, so it matters to me. I think it's dope. I think it works great. And the whole set thing is pretty cool. You could also just take, if you prefer a different driver, I mean, you could just take a different driver and put it in there, and do it that way if you wanted to. I love that. Look at that. It actually does make the cap spin. But I'm gonna rock it like this for now, and we shall see what happens. This is full, right? So Put my T8 back in here. Put my T8 back in here. So the way I usually load out my drivers, if you guys, you know what? I'll just call this the Good Skrew unboxing and then driver overview. So that way I don't have to do a separate video and bore you guys some more. So let's just talk about all my drivers then. This is the Journey Tool Co. Tourist driver. It's a River's Edge Cutlery exclusive one. Basically, I think that just means it has this cap. It's aluminum, actually, and I think it was like 80 or 90 bucks. But I gotta say, this has by far been my favorite driver of all time. I've always wanted that whole like kit with it and stuff. I never got around to getting one. I don't know if they're still really hard to get. But it's a good driver. It's got a good spinner on the back. It's not like, it's not like Good Skrew level where it's literally a toy. It'll spin for 10 seconds or whatever, which all you need it to do is spin in your hand like this. You know what I mean? That's how you unscrew something quickly and then you tighten it down quickly. That's all you really need it for. For my hand, this feels good. I'll do sizes on these so you guys can gauge that, right? Let's see. Without bit, it is 3 1/4 inches, and then with a Weehaw bit in there, you're looking at 3 3/4 inches. All right. The width on the cap, I don't know why I'm doing this, is 1.011 inches. And the width on your grip is 0.577 inches. I think that gives you a pretty good idea of that one. Love this driver. Absolutely do love that driver. Then I have the Brian Brown Knives Vulcan driver. This could basically be interchanged with a Scout Leather Co. driver. They're very, very similar. Or even the CRKT one, the brass one. I think it might be a Burnley one. I'm not sure. Also, basically the same size if you're just thinking about sizes. On this one, you're looking at 3 1/2 inches without, and then probably going to be 4 with. Right past 4 with the bit in there. This, I believe, was $135. This is in Zirconium, which is really nice. Blasted Zirconium. And it has this open-ended bearing thing on the end, which it didn't come that way originally. But then I sent it in because my magnet kept coming out. I tried gluing it in. It worked for a week, and then it popped back out. So I sent it in. And Brian Brown actually dropped it, and he chipped something on it. So he gave me a new one, and that one came back with this open-ended cap. The ones I had a black lid on top. So I think either he forgot to put the lid on, or this is some kind of new, he wanted to show off this cool, the white bearings back there, because it is really cool. And this one will spin for quite a while. This is probably the best one next to all of the Good Skrew ones that I've ever had in terms of the back spinner thing. Love the Blasted Zirc. Again, pretty pricey. I actually had it replaced multiple times. The first time I bought this, it had just like rings, just kind of like knurling rings around here. And it didn't have a ton of grip. And then he came out with these fullers. So he actually was like, hey, just send me yours. I'll swap yours out. And he gave me one with the fullers, and then the glue thing happened, and he chipped it, and then he replaced it with this one. So, like, I've had a few of his Vulcan drivers. I really love the driver. Main function, again, for this one is T6 bits. So, if I'm working on a knife like, say, this Rose Crafted knife or whatever. I know I say crafted, it's Rose Craft knife. I like having this driver because I can't apply tons of torque. And that way I can't really strip out a T6 or overextend a T6. It's harder to do. So that's why I use this one for that. So that's the Vulcan driver from Brian Brown. And then, of course, I have the Stubby Driver here from Weehaw. This is a must-have. if you're a knife guy and you take knives apart, you need a Weeha Stubby or a Wera, you know, like a really grippy one. And that's essentially so you can deal with really tough Loctited knives, stuff like that. Some knives are just Loctited to the gills, and you just need a lot of torque to snap that Loctite. Even with heat, sometimes it takes a while. I forgot to do the measurements, so real quick. Around the grip, we're looking at 0.477. That was, what did I measure? The cap too? Like an idiot, like people care. 0.857, so a bit thinner overall, but slightly longer than that one. You can just see that, obviously. The Weeha Stubber is like 10 bucks on Amazon. Must have, again. They make ones that this cap comes off and there's bits in there. This is not that one. This one's a little bit bigger, I think, or smaller. I don't know. 1.3 there, and then lengthwise, not very long at all. You're looking at about 2.5 inches without a bit, and just under 3.25 with a bit. Again, like 10 bucks on Amazon. Another thing I use as a driver a lot, but it's not necessarily a bit driver, is my Vero Engineering Fulcrum. You can see this one's been beat up. This is the one I carried for a long time. I just started not carrying one anymore just because I didn't need it a lot, and I carry all this other shit. But I still use a Fulcrum driver all the time. I have one in my truck too, and I use that one all the time. And I occasionally need this one too, depending on the bit I need. But it has a 4mm hex bit hole right here. All of these are 1/4 inch. And this thing's awesome. I think it's like 5.5 inches, 5.25 inches overall, and whatever, 5 3/4 with it in there. You guys probably know the Fulcrum, and this is not really a driver you need to be looking up, but 0.66 or 0.65 and 0.2. All right, and then lastly, I have the Little Beach driver from Get Good Skrew. This one also kind of, I don't use it as much. I'll talk about which ones I use the most in a second. I kind of have done that, but this one, we can go over the length. Without the bit, we're looking at 3 inches. With the bit, we're looking at just shy of 3 3/4 inches. It's a shorter driver. You can see that. We've done this already. But it's a good size. I actually really like the size. Depends on your hand size. I am a large glove size hand. This allows me to get really close to the screw and utilize it. I really like this driver. And then lastly, we just got this guy. This is the Get Good Skrew Skrewpreme set one in Damascus. This one's in titanium. It's a blasted tie. It's called the Little Beach. I love their naming stuff. Their stuff's awesome. And we did the sides on this, I think, right? Here. On this guy, we're looking at 3.5 inches without a bit, and with a Weeha bit in there, we're at, what are we at? Just shy of 4.5. How did that add? Why did that add? That's weird, right? 3.5, almost 4.5. Why does it feel like that's almost adding an inch? This one's 3 without and 3.25. Why is this one? Am I crazy? Did it seem like the bit was sticking out further on that one for some reason? It's not. They're the same. The bit sticks out the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. All right. Measurements. I'm going to be careful. Oh, I have tape on here. Nice. 1.01. 0.62, and that's going to be the same on the Little Beach. Okay, we can put away the fucking calipers. But anybody who wanted all that information, I'm directing you to this video. I get questions a lot on drivers. I love the cap on this one. This one doesn't have that. All right, so I haven't used this one much yet because I just got it. I haven't used it at all, honestly. So I can't talk about how much I love that one, which one I use the most, or anything like that. I can't include this because, well, I just got it. The Fulcrum I use a lot, but it's more of a pocket thing. It's an on-the-go thing, in the truck, that kind of stuff. So I'll say the ones I use the most are this one. By far is my most used. This is my primary T8 driver. I'm gonna start using this one in that place, I think, to see if it takes over. We'll see what happens. The weight on this, by the way, is really good for titanium or whatever. But this one is my T8, and it basically does all of my maintenance. If I need additional tools, this is my T6. So whenever I need a T6, I go to the Brian Brown driver, like I said. So this one gets a fair amount of play because I have nice knives like the Nimble here. That's a T6, and occasionally, I'm taking that apart or whatever. Ooh, what's going on here? So here's an example of why you need this driver, okay? So it's a spinning sort of barrel thing. So I'm going to take another T6. And you want a stubby driver because you can pin it. I can take this, palm it, hold it in place, take my other driver, and then I can tighten it down, okay? If you have something like this, and you're doing that, it's so hard to grip this and hold it steady while you're doing it. So having something short and stubby is really good for that. You can palm it and really hug that. I did find that this works well for that. If I swap these out, put the stubber down, and insert driver. I did find that this does work adequately. You can utilize this for that. It's still not as good though, because it's still a little bit longer than the Weehaw. But something like this, it's just, or this, it's going to be horrible trying to use two of these. So you really want to have the stubber around for that, in my opinion. So what is this? T8. So let me get everything back to where they are. T8. This one goes in here, and this should be a T. No, it's not a T8. Okay, so I got everything screwed up from messing around. I got a lot of T8s. T8. 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 T9. Come on. T15. Where are you? T8. T8. I had a bunch of T8s I poured in there. There we go. Okay. So, all right. These two are my T8s because most of the time when I need a second driver, it's a T8. It's usually a Riot made knife with a spinning pivot or something, and I'll use this to hold one side and then use this, so I have a T8. Or it's a knife that has super Loctite on the pivot or something, usually a T8. So I keep these two T8. Most used, probably second most used, depending on situation. T6, also very used, but it depends on the knife, right? And then this one is my T10. This is my T10. Instead of swapping bits all the time, I usually just have this one set up with a T10. And whenever I have a knife that has a T10 pivot or some kind of body screws that are T10, like I believe the Evo here is a T10. Yep. So all of your body screws are T10 on this knife. So whenever I have a knife like that, I'll grab this this guy here. Is this a T10? Oh, this is probably gonna be an 8. Yeah. I don't know why I want to check this. But anyway, that's how this one's set up. So this one's probably used the least because of that. But occasionally I'll be like, I want to use this. And then I'll grab it and I'll put the T8 in here and use it. But it all depends on the situation. So there you go. That's my drivers and how I use them, what I use them for. etc. I highly recommend that you get multiple drivers. It makes your life easier. Having one driver or one set of bits is kind of dumb in my opinion. You want to have at least a handful of bits laying around in T6, T8, T10, T15. At the very least, if you're just like an average knife guy who buys like Riots and Kaisers and stuff, you want to have a good amount of T8 and T6 and then have a 10, a 9, have a whole set of random ones just around. Like, I don't have a bunch of T9s or T7s because they're rare. But I do have a couple of each, So anyway, that's all the drivers. They do all just get chucked in here because they're really not, they're tools. They're not meant to be super duper fancy. This is going to be a little different, I guess. I'm not just going to chuck it in here with the others. Now, after some use and shit, maybe, if it didn't come with this cool-ass stand, maybe I would do that. I probably would, but it has this awesome stand. I'm not just going to, like, chuck this in here and keep the stand somewhere. I might as well utilize it, right? Now, if I end up finding out I don't like this driver as much as I like this one, I might just go ahead and do this. And just keep this out here and put this in here. I don't know. I did not mean to throw that goddamn bit in there, but luckily they're all T8s. So, it doesn't matter. Anyway, long story short, that's the situation on the drivers. And big thank you to Get Good Skrew. They've been really supportive of the channel. I feel like it's really cool because I don't know. I'm not like a huge channel, so having a company like this send me some dope stuff is really appreciated. And I've chatted with the people over there a bunch of times, and they're just good people. So I highly recommend you go check out Get Good Skrew. I know they don't always have things in stock. I think they're going away from pre-orders, but they'll be doing drops and stuff like that. So keep an eye on their site. Their products are amazing. If you also like fidget toys like I do, like, it's ironic that I'm now sort of becoming a spinner guy. I would love to see them make a really cool spinner. They maybe already do make spinners. I don't know it, like as another brand or something. But they could definitely make some dope spinners. Because look at this. This stuff's still going. And it's a bit driver and a bit driver holder. What bearing is in there? Maybe it's the same bearing in both, probably. It's a 608 or something. But it's just super cool. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now. So it is a little bit wobbly there. If you really hammer, it's not going anywhere. I'm sure it'll settle down. That's funny. I wonder if I can I get it to not do that? There we go. All right, this is going to go over on my desk and hang out. Let me know what you guys think down below. Sorry, this was super long, but hey, everything you need to know about bit drivers, how anybody or I use them, what they use them for is in this video, plus an unboxing of a dope-ass driver. So with that, I absolutely love you guys. I appreciate your support so much. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.